Okay, so I'm starting here with Prima Marketing Spring Farmhouse collection. It's a 12 by 12 paper collection. It has foil accents, really cute, really farmhouse inspired. I just really wanted to work with this paper. Renee does carry this in her shop as well as a lot of the embellishments, and I will go through the other embellishments that I use on this project, of course. And I'm just going through now and seeing what I want to use on the paper, but I know I really want to start with this buffalo check piece. It's really cute. And what I'm doing here when I cut my paper, when I'm working with a canvas, I usually like to cut my paper smaller than the actual parts of the canvas, so the edges of canvas, the borders are actually seen. So you'll see the paper run a little bit smaller than each piece I'm working with. And I will cut paper for each part of the canvas. I don't do it in one piece and wrap it around the canvas. I cut it in strips to fit all the edges that I want to cover. Okay, and now I'm going to go into covering the part of the canvas that you will see with Prima Marketing Heavy Black Gesso. This is just gesso that I have in my stash. It's a really thick, heavy viscosity. I love it. It covers so well. So I'm just covering all the edges. You'll see that I'm just kind of leaving the middle areas not really well covered because, you know, actually the paper will cover that, of course. And then once I'm done with this off camera, I don't show you that. It's coming up in the next clip. I like to sew my papers. So I'll use my sewing machine and I'll sew around all the edges. You can see the stitching there. And then right now what I'm doing is I'm just cutting off all the little excess threads. I don't always cut them close to the paper because I like kind of the little threads that hang off. I think it works kind of well. And now what I'm doing is using this Prima Distress tool. I get a lot of questions about this. Unfortunately, it's really hard to find anymore, but this is a distressing tool. Basically, it's a razor blade encased in safety so you can't cut your finger, but it's very ergonomically friendly. It holds very well. And basically it'll just like rip up the edges of the paper. They do have another one, not by Prima Marketing. Tim Holtz puts it out with Tonic Studios, and it's a Tim Holtz paper distresser, but it's really small. But it's nice and it works the same. But if you don't want to spend the money on it, you know, just open some scissors and use the sharp edge of the scissor blade and run it along the edges of your paper, and it does the same thing. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm using my Fabri-Tac liquid glue. I love to use this. It works very well. I use it on everything. I use it to, you know, glue my flowers, metal embellishments, everything. This glue is awesome, and it's actually called Fabri-Fix, but it's the same as Fabri-Tac, and you can get that at Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. You might want to use a coupon with that. Walmart sells it, I believe, for under $10, and of course you won't have to have a coupon. But what I'm doing is just gluing all the papers to the sides, and you can see where I covered that gesso that the black is now showing around the perimeter, and it just kind of gives it a nice finishing touch. And then where I've distressed the papers, it makes it look all kind of rough and kind of, you know, shabby, and I really like that effect. I do that on everything. I'll distress the edges of my papers, I'll sew the papers, and then of course glue them on. And I'm just about finished with this outer side, because remember we're going to use the inside of the canvas, so we're using this back side here and going to cover the edges too, because I noticed when you turn it, you see that a little bit. So I wanted to make sure I covered kind of that inside perimeter border there. I'm just going to continue kind of gluing this around. It'll take us a little bit here. And I really love kind of, I hated that inside where I put, let me finish my thought, where I put that cute cow paper, it kind of really gets covered up. But I guess in my brain I know that I used it, those cute little cows with the flowers on it, and there's bunnies there and butterflies and bees, but you know, I guess I know I used it, but you'll see a tiny bit of it. But the rest of the project will be really cute, so you know, we'll overlook that part. I'm just kind of getting my last piece on here. There we go. Oh, that part there, I was going to use a water can originally in the middle piece, but decided against it, decided I didn't like it, so I took that out. It was just a little bit too big. And there I was showing you that Fabrifix. Now this piece here, it's a beautiful board piece from Reneabouquets shop. It's called the Beehive Element Laser Cut Chipboard. This is the medium size. So I've glued that in because I thought it was kind of farmhouse cute. And this is just a little ephemera piece from the Prima Marketing Spring Farmhouse Collection ephemera. Has foil details. Renee has that Spring Farmhouse ephemera in her shop. And this is just a cute little mini fence I got at Joann's. It was in my stash. I thought it would look really cute. What farmhouse doesn't have a little white picket fence, right? And now I'm coming in on some flowers also from the Prima Marketing Spring Farmhouse collection. I used several different flowers from this collection, and I hate the leaves on the back of my flowers, so you'll see me rip those off. But the different flowers that I'm using from the Farmhouse collection, one is called Simple Things, the other is called Beautiful Life, the other style of flowers is called Wander, and in the other style of flowers, the last one is called Our Farmhouse. This is just a clay piece that I made with paper clay by Prima Marketing and with a Prima Marketing mold, a keyhole mold. You put the clay in the mold and then you pop it out of the mold and let it dry. And that's just some from my stash. But I thought it would look really cute with a keyhole in there. I tried to put all the elements in here that reminded me of, like, you know, farmhouse, living on a farm. You know, there's bees out there. The keyhole element is like, you know, the key to your home. You know, like I said, the picket fence. I wanted it summery or springy type, so there's a lot of flowers going on in there. And I'm just trying to kind of layer the flowers inside to make it nice and thick, because I will put elements on the inside there, and I need to be able to layer them inside my flowers. Now this is another piece from my stash. It's an old piece put out by Prima Marketing, a resin piece. It's a window shutter. I don't have many of these left, so I use them very sparingly. And these are also from Prima Marketing. They are pipe parts, pipe parts. Again, from my stash. And I'm just putting the long piece there because when I put that shutter on, it kind of had a little bit of glue there, so I wanted to cover that glue. Now these pieces here are from Renee's shop. These are beautiful board pieces, Candy Cameo Flourishes laser set, and I'm using the small. And then on top of that, I'm placing another Spring Farmhouse ephemera piece. And these are just some rolled roses from my own supply of flowers. I love these rolled roses. I think they add such great texture, so I like to kind of add them into my projects. So usually just add one or so just to give it a little bit of different texture with like I said, with the flowers there. And I'm just adding some more because I'm layering up. I like to layer things up. I really like my things to be 3D. And back to the Spring Farmhouse collection flowers. Again, you'll find all these flowers in Renee's shop. I say Renee's shop. It's either the Etsy shop or the .com shop. I'm just used to saying it that way, I guess. And these are all Spring Farmhouse collection. Really cute. The little ones I'm using all come from this multi-pack, and they have all these different flowers in this multi-pack, the little daisies and the little roses. I love it because of the different styles that come in the flowers. I love those buffalo check plaid ones. Those are just the cutest ones. Those are my very favorite, and those come in the little mix of flowers as well. Okay, here's some more. This is another Reneabouquets set. It's a beautiful board set. It's called Deco. It's a set of 13. All these pieces come in the set, including these, I think those little hearts come with it. They pop out. I'm just going to use one of the little pieces here. I'm just going to layer it in my flowers just to kind of bring in the texture of that beautiful board, because I used that Candy Cameo Flourish on that left side underneath that ephemera. I wanted to bring a little bit more of the chipboard over again to that side. And again, that's the Reneabouquets Beautiful Board Heart Deco set of 13. And that's just a Tim Holtz cameo, watch cameo from my stash. That home piece is another Prima Marketing metal piece from my stash. And again, with the resin bird, old Prima Marketing embellishment, I wanted to kind of put a little bird on the fence. And the cameo I put in there just kind of represents time. So I put that in there, you know, time on the farm. And then home, of course, represents, you know, home. Everything was just related to the farm, you know, kind of farmhouse inspired, like I said. Now I'm beginning to come up here and assemble the rest of the water pipe parts. I chose to put a faucet there because I thought it would be a really cute element, like, you know, the faucet's coming down and it's watering all the flowers on the farm, you know, and kind of watering your life, your day in the life of kind of things. So that's why I chose to put there just a little play on words. I'm backing up for a minute. You saw me put this on the canvas for a second. This is a little water faucet. I had a package of them in my stash. I got them from Hobby Lobby, but they come in like greens and reds, you know, and so I wanted to paint it white. So I used that Prima heavy white gesso. It's the same as the heavy black gesso, but of course in white, really thick, nice viscosity. I think I paint 2 or 3 coats of it because I thought it would be cute. You know, you need a water faucet to turn on the water pipe, right? So it's just kind of a play on that as well, and just adds a little textural element in there. So I'm again using this fabric fix glue, and it holds just fine. I've never had a problem. A couple years later and my stuff is still holding with this glue, and especially these heavy pieces. So on top of that is this just cute little wood slice piece from Prima Marketing. You know, there's wood on the farm, right? So I thought that would be really cute to kind of add in as an element there. And then again, I'm layering some more of the Prima Marketing Spring Farmhouse collection flowers here. These are, I think they're like a pack of 100 and some flowers, those little tiny ones. These, I love them. I'm going to skip ahead. These are just beautiful butterflies. They come in a set of 20. They're called Butterfly Kisses. They're double-sided. It's Aurora Borealis, and these are the pink ones because there are other Aurora Borealis ones, and they come in different colors. But these are the pink, 3 sizes in each set, a set of 20, and I love that they're double-sided. So over on this left side, I chose to add a little resin frame I got from Michael's a long time ago, and I added a little Prima Marketing light bulb in the top of that because, you know, you light up your beautiful life with all your love and everything, and that's why it says beautiful life there. That's just another ephemera piece from that spring farmhouse collection. And then I'm just adding more of Reneabouquets butterflies. This is just a little acrylic word that I'm also adding to the title. You know, so everything like comes together. You know, it's a beautiful, happy life, your home, your surroundings, your love, and I wanted all that to tie in together to that theme, and this is how the canvas turned out. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was really fun to create. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.